The following demonstration will show how Lotus Forms improves the results of complex government-level surveys like a census. We will show you how Lotus Forms are easier to fill out, especially complex forms. Plus, we will show how Lotus Forms improves the quality of the data collected and discuss various ways Lotus Forms can easily integrate into existing back-end database systems. Here we will describe the flow of the existing paper-based survey process. Respondents fill out a complex paper-based survey form. Then, they mail it in, where either of OCR scanning process takes place or manual data entry is required to get the data into the census database. Both the scanning process and manual data entry are error-prone, so an expensive callback process takes place. The respondents are called on the phone for further clarification on questions answered incorrectly or not answered at all. Still, much of the data needs correcting, so an extensive data correction process takes place. Once complete, the reporting process can begin, where the reports are generated and published. But the accuracy of the reports are questionable, as the reports can only be as good as the data collected. Now we will describe how Lotus Forms would be used to implement the census application. The flat census PDF file is upgraded to Lotus Forms format and brought online. Once online, respondents simply use their browser to fill in the form. Respondents are provided immediate feedback on answers that don't make sense. The rich computational engine of Lotus Forms handles all the complex navigational rules of the census application. This allows the respondent to only see the questions they need to fill out. Respondents then hit a submit button, and the data gets posted directly to the census database. Here we've shown an increase in the amount of data collected as the Lotus form is quicker and easier to fill out. More respondents are likely to successfully complete the survey the first time since data verification occurs while the respondent fills out the form. Still, some small data correction can occur. The same report generation process takes place. But this time the generated reports are more accurate because Lotus Forms allows for both an increased sample size and improved data verification. We will now demonstrate the process of converting a static PDF survey form to the feature-rich Lotus Forms. This is the Household Census Survey Form. Our fictitious government agency, the Federal Government Statistical Agency, uses this form in their existing print and fill process. Sections are numbered so that they can be referenced in aiding the user with navigation. Due to the static nature of the form only has room for a fixed number of residents. The navigation instructions found throughout the static PDF form can be confusing, causing entire sections to be skipped or filled by mistake. Using Lotus Forms, we can guide the respondent's form fill experience, thus decreasing the time it takes to fill the form and greatly reduce the mistakes made. An employee at the government agency launches the Lotus Forms designer and uses the form conversion tool to quickly convert the PDF to Lotus Forms. The static PDF file has now been converted into a Lotus form. For the online survey application, the agency wants to abandon the traditional layout of the form. Instead, the agency wants to modernize their survey by providing a wizard interface that will guide the user through the form filling experience. As the agency employee scans over the converted form, they decide how to break up the form into logical sections suitable for a wizard interface. The employee uses this information to design and build the wizard interface. They are now ready to take their wizard template and build each of the pages. In addition to next and previous page buttons, the wizard interface design includes a navigation pane that will allow the user to jump to specific sections of the survey. The employee begins building the survey by adding the labels and widgets to the filler contact page. They can simplify this process by copying items from the converted form and pasting into the new wizard style form. After pasting and positioning the items on the wizard page, they make slight changes to the look and feel of the items to match the design of the wizard interface. They add borders to the fields and update a label to include an introduction. For the next page, address of household, the employee has decided to control what data the user can select for the state field. The employee will need to replace the field with a pop-up widget. First, they update the presentation slightly. Now they can replace the state field with a pre-built state pop-up from the designer's object library. The designer's alignment tools are used to size the pop-up and move it to the same location as the original field. The employee tests the state pop-up by previewing their wizard form within the web form server preview pane. Continuing in this way, they complete the wizard form and then publish the form to the government agency's website.